And we got Carolina taking on Miami. Colossus Hardpoint. Let's get it on.
And every time I love to see Miami starting off on the map number one, this is it, because they can play so in sync, because they whip out multiple SMGs, multiple NPCs, and just keep up with the pacing. Already dominating that early statue control. You flip the map, it's not ideal, but you're getting all of this time, and you have Royal Ravens trapped over towards blue.
Yeah, that's an all-in-all effect. A great break-off for not a perfect result, considering the map flip. So Carolina off their second lives, able to get back in and neutralize, and even find a little bit of time of their own here. RenKoR able to take advantage of a couple of low health pools, and that will be enough for Miami to now push across the map. Spawns should move here for Carolina. Every gunfight a big one, as Lurx is the last one standing.
Yeah, he's the last man standing, but you know he's always been a very difficult kill to take down, and you choose wrong on your direction to approach him, and he's going to make you pay for it. Lurx single-handedly trying to lock down these balls for his team, has another one-on-one gunfight, but now your teammates are here to assist you. RenKoR, though, is somehow, some way able to walk away with two. And that's not going to allow the Ravens to spawn back there.
Nope, that's going to be good lockdown here for Miami. They will spawn up. ReeaL still trying to be a distraction over towards statue side. Can't quite track on Lurx dropping into his lap. So now it's just out at receiving this next hit from the front. It's coming a little bit staggered for Carolina, but they get the opener out of Lurx. Follow-up from Super's only good for one. ReeaL trying to hold his life, see if a couple of players from Miami will spawn in, and they will. Now it's down to reclaiming this scrap time. RenKoR trying to work on the route around the middle of the map, not going to work out, and there's no kills inside the hard point either. Carolina get the four-man death.
Yeah, that's such a long route there from RenKoR that realistically wasn't necessary at that moment, because your teammates are already contested at that P2. So you basically just say, you guys do what you do and hope to God that I can get a timing on the reflank through statue. But it doesn't work out to the best of their ability. You're able to break it for this final 10. Still, the Ravens with those backspawns are not going to be willing to get this up for free. Wow. But ReeaL on 3 in a row, continuing almost to find the fourth. Ravens have a 3-point lead, but Miami have the rotation.
Yeah, I was about to say ReeaL creates this rotation is going to be very quickly tested as Carolina's got some tunnel control and they're working on both extremities at the same time. Super will drop, knocks for 2. MettalZ trying to follow up, only gets 1. Doesn't really perfectly time that with RenKoR, but RenKoR will still get a couple. And there's a nice nade from ReeaL to open up some space for him to stay in the hard point.
Yeah, now you're pushing them back. You already have Super working on this pinch route, even though he does quickly get taken down. You tell your teammates where the pressure's going to come and hope that they can lock it down with these ARs, but it's MettalZ, at least on 2 in a row. Slide over to the boat, try to value her life, but it's the ARs on the opposite side for the Ravens that keep on making this one scrappy.
Yeah, there's a couple of kills that come through. Carolina able to get to the hard point. ReeaL will drop. Pressure on rotation as Lurx is looking for a route, but gets a little crossed up between a couple of Heretics members. Super just doing his thing. In and out of the chairs. One more. Yeah, he's able to find Knox and then push off the rest of the Ravens. Exceed able to find a route through mid-tunnel, so it gives Carolina a chance to have some mid-map control, but Miami have the new time early.
And this is what you were talking about. When Miami are playing at the best is when they're usually doing the fundamental aspect correctly. So already off the first 10 seconds, you win the rotation, but on the first attempt there from the Ravens, hitting every single lane out, they find a very quick break, and now you got trophy system to lock down this 40.
Yeah, great coordination and timing right there from Carolina, who now are getting a little bit maybe lost playing through the middle of the map. Lurx is in some trouble on the hard point, and no one's nearby to help out. So Carolina put their defensive setup mostly to receive the play from the backside at mid. Doesn't really work out, and now Miami have the time.
Yeah, Miami used their stunts and nades, pushed them back. Eventually with the SMGs fly through the front door. I love the adjustment here from RenKoR to finally whipping out that NPC to match the pacing of the rest of his teammates. But now ReeaL challenging towards the front. You lose the spawns, you're going to lose this final 10, but at least you're still contesting for that statue control.
Yeah, that's a lot of back and forth breaks right there on P4. Not expected, but that's the result we get. Even exchange over the middle of the map as we head back up towards P1, and the first a chance to still battle for more as RenKoR's right there to assist. So the Heretics from yellow are able to get in towards some time at 1. Carolina doing the nice job towards blue, though, holding on to at least the favorite side of the map for now.
Yeah, but a team nade is not going to help in these trade fights because you already found the initial 2. Now you're going to turn it into a one-on-one, and Knox able to come out on top. But it's quickly traded out by Miami. RenKoR is dominating over towards the statue side with that AR. Someone needs to try to contest them because you can't continue to just flood up these staircases.
Yeah, and MettalZ has got a really good nade to connect. ReeaL's got the space to keep watching the staircase, and you've got RenKoR watching over towards statue side. And everything is putting up numbers right now for Miami. Going to have our first major lead of this game, especially if these next 10 seconds continue to see Miami rotating over towards 2 safely.
And they have so much space to work with, so Even if you die around that mid-map area, you're still going to be blessed with those blue opportunities. You're up by 50. You're trying to lock down this rotation as well. But already knocking at the front door is going to be the Ravens. Lurks is now Lurks that's just lurking and filling every gap.
Good pinch, though, from Super. Problem is he can't commit on the route. And actually, you get
oh my God, Lurks!
For Miami in towards the back of the hard point. But Lurks on 5 in a row is now officially blocking those spawns. Or is he? 3 Miami members are going to spawn up right behind the hard point. So now you can take your focus back to the hill if you're the Heretics with the shutdown onto Lurks. Help from ReeaL through mid-map. Nox now stepping up, only able to find 1 though, and that looked like it was going to be a guaranteed break for Carolina, but Miami just kept spawning in.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. That's good efficiency there from Miami to just get those trades over towards Statue and just have more bodies past that 50-yard line. So you basically disregard all of Lurk's play there. But still, the Ravens, on their final break attempt, are going to be able to walk away with this final 25 seconds, just keeping themselves into the mix. And now you have Exceed. Solo man off the rotation, able to find 3. This is the moment for the Ravens.
Yeah, big moment halfway through this game right now for Carolina. Exceed on 4. Nice shots to number 5 and number 6. Now he can just sit in the hard point, try to get an assist, maybe one more. Hasn't fully earned it yet.
Oh my!
Get it done. 8 for Exceed. And he is absolutely frying Miami. 40 seconds to left in the hill.
And now he's got a Hellstone to work with. You have pushed the Heretics so far back that you are forcing one of these players to hit an extremely long route for some premature shots out of Super. You give up that positioning and you still lose that gunfight. So the Ravens, off of the back of an insane play out of Exceed, take the lead and are still running up the score.
Yeah, this is big now because now you've got opportunity for Lurks to hit this long route. Able to find one. No turn from RenKoR over the top. Not quite able to find the shot. But Carolina are still throwing numbers at rotation. We'll see how they calm through that as we head to the Royal Ravens. Listen it.
Honestly, he's back out. Back out. Nice job, Logan. Logan, I got your man. I spawned the ult. Logan, they're gonna hit the back. Three left. I'm behind him. One's left on me. Left. He's outside the yellow. One's back yellow. Left corner. And one inside the yellow. They're gonna spawn. He's half health, Logan. That's on his one side. There's two back out. Back out. One shot. One statue.
Yo, weak yellow, guys.
I spawned behind him front.
Yeah,
we have a pinch.
We're waiting.
They're telling out on one shot.
We're not missing one. Because we spawn there. Statue. Super statue. Good one. Yep. I'm so sorry. Yo, he's push up P2. P2 back up statue. Statue dead. Nice shot, but baby. Nice. I'm nading back out.
Back out dead.
I naded it.
Yo, I'm coming back up.
Could have gone right. I'm gonna pick up right.
It could be tunnel too. One's back out. One is hitting a mold. Can you
pick up tunnel, one of you?
I can't get. There's 3 ReeaL.
Jump that statue.
There's 3 ReeaL.
There's 3 statue.
I'm just
three statues. Let's yellow. I'm nading time.
He's challenging top yellow weak. I drop people.
He's on me blue. Blue guys. Blue medals.
I'm one shot. I need your front.
Time ReeaL. He's laying on the block.
I'm done being it.
Block that. There's gonna be 2 statue.
I need anything set.
Nice. I don't know what set. Yep, Logan, I'm nading it. He's gonna be back. I'm nading it.
He's telling me. Close.
I naded it.
You want
Statue dead. Chow. One shot.
I don't see nothing behind us.
Time. One shot.
Nice. Yo, I'm going P4, right? Jump that right.
I'm naded. I might be dead. Oh, I'm good.
Nice.
Intensity picking up here. Carolina able to put together a couple of nice moments. Miami able to regain the lead, but with 20 seconds remaining, this is a key moment in this game going to P2.
Yeah, there's some holes in their communication, but there's not holes right now in the gun skill. They are matching the slaying presence on the side of the Heretics. And now trying to contest early on for this rotation towards the back end. Miami have every single player around blue. It's all on Lurks. It's all on Nox. Nox is able to give you one, but Lurks gets you none. And they stall out enough time now for the SMG to still be able to fly. Ravens are here first.
Yeah, Super will drop, so the Ravens will have spawns, and they're going to have the initial time here at 2. But from the front, Miami will develop this. There's not a lot of pressure to stop this statue hit. Fire just needs to shoot his weapon, but can't find anyone to shoot at. Exceeded that into a nice double, looking for 3, not quite, and Miami will still get the flip.
And now they're able to flip these spawns on out. Good chunk of time left remaining at this P2 HP. How do Ravens decide to set up this break? They already found a kill through the front, but now the pressure through mid-blue is getting shut down. So you're going to put all your reinforcements at the front door. 2 kills go their way. 3 make it all 4. A fantastic opportunity there from the Ravens to just commit as a team for that break.
This is just break after break after break, my man. No one is holding anything down for more than about 20 seconds. It gives us tie game. Opportunity for Carolina to reclaim the lead here, but going over to 3, Miami will have the advantage early. And they've got a really good setup for this too.
Yeah, and Exceed also has a Hellstorm, so even though you're not getting Hellstorm immediately, but Miami, they shut down that first push. They take the lead by a little bit. They have the OE being watched by RenKoR, and you're basically forcing the Ravens to commit through tunnel, which is not ideal.
Not ideal at all. Nox trying to work on that, able to find one, but not a second, pardon me. Fire from over the backside, Thrum Blue. Is able to get into the hard point, help on the way.
Oh, no.
It will come through. ReeaL not able to stay strong, and Carolina are going to get the break here at 3 without having to use the Hellstorm.
Yeah, that's all 4 dead. So even though Miami have those spawns, we know that we have to contest this. We can't give up this time, and you already have players like Lurks lurking behind enemy lines. His teammates are chopping like flies at Old, though. You gotta wait for him to make the big-time play, and now he's trying to contest for these spawns. One-on-one versus Super.
Super not gonna be able to even get more than maybe a bullet off. So now all of a sudden Carolina have the lead. And at least at the moment, they have pressure on rotation, but no one is watching this cross from statue side. So Miami road to get into the time from the front. And MettalZ never even touched the hard point, so he's going to be the first one up towards L.
Gonna be into the hands of ReeaL. Locates 3, flip those spawns on its head, and now win condition here for Miami.
MettalZ, though, dealt with by fire. Opens up an opportunity for things to maybe develop from the front. No one's watching mid-map here whatsoever for Miami, so Carolina are going to be able to get around the back.
Spawns.
Nice shots from Exceed. Spawns will move. 240 to 226, and the Ravens can still win here.
Yeah, MettalZ is trying to sneak his way through yellow, but he gets caught out. So now you still have an opportunity no longer to win at this HP. So Miami, you just need to dominate statue. Slay your way. You've been finding so much success at this P1 on this side of the map, but you're going to give it one last go.
Why not? You can get in here, contest these last 5 seconds. Team nade comes through. ReeaL crossed up.
Oh, no.
Watch the right thing at the right time, and it's going to be 245 to 240. RenKoR is currently in the time. Not able to find the first blood, though. Follow up from Super. Damage, but no kills. You got to get in. You got to contest. You got to find a way to get here if you are Miami. MettalZ able to get one, but Nox has the last shots in. It's going to be Carolina, who Miami looking to attack largely through open halls. Crossfire set up over towards the wall windows, and Lurk tried to get behind the plate. Timing was decent, but not able to get the gun shot. Exceed following up. He's got a couple of players in front of him. And Nox is going to re-hit the pinch finding bolt. Damage on the bolt, but can't find the kill. He's in a 1v2.
Yeah, he's got to get out. Reset the play. Exceed was just trying to stall a lot of time, but Nox could not get there quick enough. So now in a 1v2. You know that they don't have any trophy systems to work if you do have a stun and an aid in the back pocket, but a premature shot out of Miami. They're praying for the 2v1, and this should lead to a win, but Nox is able to get out.
I think he saw the cross, too. That's a tough shot. Whoa! That is bold, but he gets a couple of tags in, but MettalZ commits. The gunfight shuts down the 1v2, and Miami take the opener.
Oh, they almost let that one get scary, man. The fact that Nox is able to walk right through mid doors, guarantee 1 kill, and still be able to...
Seed playing around with his loadout. Carolina will set this up over through Fire Hall.
Yeah, and the Heretics have always been infamously known on Hacienda to instantly take that mid-map away. So first blood goes to MettalZ, but you're strictly trying to have that response, but still ReeaL's able to value his life. Numbers in favor of the Heretics, and MettalZ is continuing on his high note before he gets shut down.
Doesn't get the Hellstorm either, I don't believe. ReeaL in some trouble. Follow up, easy, okay. At that top window, but he's also your bomb carrier, so there's going to have to be some negotiation for how they're going to take this space. And it may just be MettalZ showing some force and look on the other side of the map. ReeaL's already cleared out B.
Yep, ReeaL's giving the comm. All right, wait for me, keep on stalling out time. Do not force any gunfights, because ReeaL has a lot of information now to work with.
It's going to be an A finish here, Jay. ReeaL going to clear out patio. Does he check his right, though? No, he doesn't. Fire for first blood. MettalZ able to hold the connector for a small time. He's in trouble, though. He needs help. And the problem is Super is still on a sniper pistol combo, but RenKoR's there to help. Fire with 1 trade, and RenKoR's not close enough to pick up that, at least not initially, but now a 1v1 with Lurks. Lurks knows that he's low, tries to push forward, and is just able to connect.
Thankfully, he was knocked down to half HP, maybe a little bit less. Lurks understands I have the advantage. I have to make some adjustments because Lurk is hitting the water route, and you're thinking that the play should be instantly getting planted, but it's Lurks the playmaker, locates a double on 5.
He's on 5, smoke is out. Last Miami player of ReeaL was trapped, but now he's gotten a little bit of freedom and a little bit of space. Couple of tags, couple of shots, stops the bomb from being planted. Carolina are actually thinking about playing the contest for the kill. Now the timing has ReeaL stopping the bomb plant and initially the potential Hellstorm out of Lurks. 1v1 situation. Pushes Nox off the plant. Have they given ReeaL too much space to work with here? Nox all of a sudden contests over through backside window. Should step into plant now. 13 seconds on the clock. ReeaL still contesting. Here comes the play. Nox predicts the gunfight, has to finish the kill. You've got to finish it quickly, and he will be able to do so. Good read from Nox.
Yeah, that's perfectly played there from Nox. I would have loved for him to commit on that bomb plant when ReeaL was putting down those shots from boat, because all you got to do is lay down a little bit.
Yeah. And you got to hit another bullet. Trophy system down for Miami as they're going to have a 4-man hit to A. Super not sniping this time on this location. Should lead to a really quick post-plant setup, and Carolina are going to rewrap by playing over through Secret Hall.
And Fire's just going to guarantee that there's no pressure push to his spawn, but he's able to catch ReeaL for free. So now Ravens have the advantage. Fire's still able to put down shots. Super only at 40 HP is quickly going to get traded, but it's a 2v2, make it 2v1.
Good shots out of RenKoR, but Lurx is able to find two. I love that smoke coming from Carolina as well. That's top hallway control currently for Miami, but free A site means Carolina's going to plant.
Yeah, and they have first blood, and they have top secret. So another situation where Miami are uncomfortable. Time is starting to tick. We know we quickly have to make up with the numbers, and ReeaL might have just got through. Makes it a 3v3.
Well, they catch one, but the timing for Nox is good for the trade onto MettalZ. Super once more. Pistol sniper combo. He gets himself an AR to work with, but ReeaL has dropped. 1v3. 22 seconds to play. Opening damage. Good for Carolina to hold this post plant a little bit more safely. And I love this little route from Nox. Rewrap to make sure there's no exit to office, and Carolina are putting them together quickly.
Yeah, it's 4 in a row, Al.
Quickly defensively to push and take, and then go a little bit further past A. MettalZ behind the well. Oh no,
Oh, no.
He thought he finished the first, not the case. Super at least makes it manageable to get to an early 3v3.
Yeah, but that is going to be the bomb down. Obviously, if you are the Ravens, you're not going to quickly gather that information. But you have forced Miami to be uncomfortable again. ReeaL is the island player on the opposite side, and Fire is just getting the better of him in every single one of these rounds.
It feels that way. Nox is still holding on to 5 in a row. Bomb recollected by Miami for the 2v3. And they've got wide open secret control at the moment. But there's still so many questions of where have Carolina gone to. And the timing of this rewrap could be unbelievable. Fire's holding them back. Here comes the easy pinch from Lurx. No problems. Carolina are just absolutely rinsing Miami on this map.
Yeah, Miami have no teamwork, man.
Zero.
And this is the scary.
And how about this, the timing of route? Lurx up and over.
Ooh.
Not able to find RenKoR, but there's a full commitment behind this. So you're able to win out the Fire hallway, and Fire will get you another through backside spiral. So it's down to MettalZ. 1v2 situation. He's got timing potentially for one, but looks left instead of right. And now Carolina hold a bit of an edge as they try to make their way over towards A.
Yeah, but they don't spot him, so MettalZ still with the unknown factor, potentially catch them off guard, but they're going to allow the play to come to them. 2v1, bomb planted at A. This is the guy for the Miami Heretics who had such a great start. Can he keep you alive here?
Yeah, MettalZ already took a couple of shots, so the post-plant setup here for Carolina will feel comfortable for at least another 15 seconds or so before maybe some of that doubt creeps in, but it's not going to make a difference. Nox gets the final and finishes, what, on 7 in a row? He goes 9 in 3.
Brother.
Finding, what, 3 in that final round. And after what
Eventually
like
he is going to quickly fall. So now Ravens get such a great goal line stop. Fantastic shots there from Exceed with that M15. Are in control of the game, just trying to find a couple kills to work up through playing.
They got the setup that they want. First blood not quite able to get there as Nox tried to force it. MettalZ Exceed, though, find the trades that they need. Now Lurx, nice shots over the top, and that's going to lead to Fire just walking in for a first score. Miami not able to get a single really bit of damage to the EMP carrier, and Ravens are already up early.
And you still have Ravens players roaming in your spawn. It's Lurx again, already on 4 in a row, quickly going to fall to the hands of RenKoR. And they shut down that push coming through playing. So now you're trying to turn defense into offense, but it's already Exceed in a very good position. At the plane heading with a great read onto the guy at top green. And even though you don't have those spawns that you want, you have the players here to get this stop.
MettalZ will be able to find one.
What?
Oh, ReeaL able to just slide through. Looked like that was going to be an easy defense right there for the Ravens, but enough space gained to give them the counter.
For Miami at blue. So let's take the long route. Try to find an opening, and it's Lurx and Exceed again, finding those opening 2 kills. Fire eventually spawns, and everyone provides their 25%, and the Ravens again up by 1.
I cannot believe Lurx just walked up to white wall like that and then just hopped blue. Now Nox is behind the play. 3 in a row for him.
And hope to God that everybody off the respawn get the stop, but it's RenKoR, it's the stun, not going to be enough. Miami tie the game.
That's big from RenKoR. I mean, Nox really nothing he can do there besides just hope that his teammates can step up defensively. Not going to happen. 35 seconds on the clock, and now you've got MettalZ playing through your spawn. ReeaL could join him, and now grabbing the EMP is Super. MettalZ will fall, though. Now here comes the brute force effort from the front. Pistol out for Super. Catches one, but off the reload, Carolina will get themselves in position defensively to get the stop 20 seconds before OT.
Would have loved to see a little bit more finesse right there out of Miami, especially when they lose that lead block over at Green, but at least you put the Ravens in an uncomfortable spot because you're all over this mini-map. You are surrounding the Ravens. This is not ideal. You don't want to have the EMP in your spawn because they're going to get the last attempt here.
Good at tags from Lurk, but is it enough? It doesn't look like it. The overtime will come through just as ReeaL picks up the EMP. And now 3-2 the count. Really good finish from Miami after what looked to be a really strong. The next offensive look for Miami, right down the gut at P4. Over towards B they will go. And well, ooh, Nox able to find the stop. ReeaL the last one left, but there's only so much he can do from here.
He just wants to keep his life now. Another situation where the Ravens are going to be extremely uncomfortable roaming around your spawn with that EMP. You know, one of your players only has a pistol, and ReeaL has still managed to keep his life for so long. RenKoR is able to get two, eventually super strikes with two of his own, but that's so much time stalled out there from the Ravens. 2:45 to work.
Carolina get to re-clear out their spawn though. One more player to deal with up close, it's RenKoR, and they will get the team shots over towards field side. Miami spawning over largely towards Mota field space again. But it's just easier said than done from this side of the map, and Miami will have the numbers as they re-clear mid, and now they have a chance to score at either two zones. They're going to go over towards B. I don't know if anyone's going to get here this time, Jay. RenKoR's got the quick sprint, and Miami get their fourth.
Yeah, it's just way too easy there from the Heretics. They continuously are set to go down. Now he's already off the respawn behind enemy lines, just contesting, forcing the Ravens to be uncomfortable. Thankfully, Lurks is quickly able to handle him, but it's a minute 25 to go. We need to get the CMP on our side.
And that was the only look that Carolina have had offensively, was the one they just missed out on. EMP does drop just in front of the A zone, but MettalZ finds the trade, picks up the EMP, gets the score 5-2. And this map feels like it's gone. Yeah,
they're starting to run away with it on good side. Up by 3, Hellstorm in the back pocket there from MettalZ. A minute left to fire, but you're down by 3. We need to go.
And it's so tough to pick up the EMP from this side of the map, especially with things like Hellstorms in the mix. And with 45 seconds on the clock, still needing 3 scores, pretty much gone at this point. Not a lot of hope that this will come through for Carolina, so it looks like we should be considering map number 4. MettalZ, he may just guarantee that right here, and he will. Wow. What a second half for Miami. I mean, a lot of it starts first and foremost with RenKoR, but ReeaL does fill the space out nicely. A couple of big lives out of him.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, man. That's what ReeaL brings to this roster. And I feel like we saw this version of Miami in that series versus Cloud9. How in sync they could potentially be in their overload gameplay. And it's everyone just providing their 25. RenKoR doing a little bit extra at certain points of the game. But once you got to the second half, knowing that at the first half on that side, we were up by 1. Miami felt confident as ever to close out this map and force the game number 4. Now you have something to build on.
Position where you can make those calls with a little bit more certainty and confidence. Not the greatest opener though. Fire and Lurks from the favorites side. Find the first couple of kills. Now they're trying to take away Miami's hallway, and they will do just that. Exceed's double will wipe the floor, and Ravens already have 15 seconds of time at P1.
I love how Exceed is just being like the switchblade for this team.
For real.
Because Nox is going between the M15 and the NPC, but he's understanding this is what I need to do for my lineup to give us the best chance. So getting in this with 3 kills allows you 16 seconds, but we do flip those spawns on out. That's not good. Miami in the advantage.
Yeah, that's a little bit too aggressive, too clean from Carolina. Now trying to play recovery in the last 10 seconds. Exceed on a 5-1 start. Wow.
That was a big one, brother. Now with the rotation, this is an even bigger play here from Nox. You block out those back statue spawns, and now you're forcing Miami to be really tight in towards the garage. They don't have any trophies. The Lambo's still going to be there, so when you invest a frag, it will guarantee a kill. But it's the first one going to the second kill going to MettalZ, and now they flip the spawns. A perfect moment here for the Heretics.
Yeah, I think Fire was thinking that his route was going to do enough to get the sponsor Carolina. Not the case. The re-rat back through Spiral is going to work out. 8 in a row for MettalZ, and he's not stopping. He's
Christ.
on 9, still holding this position. Stuns and nades are still landing, but whoa, hold on a second. Exceed spawns behind the play.
What?
Yeah, exactly. But he will shut down. Miami will still get numbers to try to reinforce the remainder of this 25 seconds. And nice shots. MettalZ is on fire.
Yeah, he's just taking over here. He said, screw this. I'm going to be the guy setting the pace. I'm going to be the guy getting all the kills. Hellstorm in the back pocket. Final 20 seconds is going to go the Heretics' way. And now you're just trying to work off the rotation. But there's so much layers being created there from the Ravens. They already found the initial 2 kills to push them back and now create some space here at the new.
This is a great way to play catch up early here if you're Carolina. At worst. Quick off coming through for Miami. Chance to put some pressure onto the spawns. Fire is just locking as the anchor, but His teammates all drop. Stun comes through. MettalZ is the health advantage. Doesn't need to even finish things off. Super's got his back, and that's a quick rotational flip for Miami.
Yeah, it's a perfect break there from Miami. You flip the spawns on out, and it's still a good chunk of time to play with. They have lit up the kill feed. It's been all orange until Nox finally is able to strike with some presence over at Plat. But this is the final 25. Ravens know we have one more push at this, and then we have to cut our losses. And if you cut it too early, that's where MettalZ' Hellstorm is going to play a big part.
Yeah, Super able to get the trophy down a little bit sooner. Seed gets one of the trades, but it's not enough for Carolina. They're still being held to the front gates. MettalZ will still push forward 14-4, 3 in a row. And I need someone from production to jump scare me so I can get rid of these hiccups.
Now with the rotation, they're already here. This game is starting to get quickly out of hand because if you allow Miami to win this rotation, keep in mind that Super just invented his trophy system at the ending of that P3, but RenKoR should still have one in the back pocket. Ravens trying to do this through Garage, and at least for now, it works.
But Super's able to get the 3. MettalZ right there to help again. I mean, when MettalZ fries like this Miami team looks like a totally different monster. 16-4 on 5 in a row. And you still have RenKoR putting pressure on this pinch. He is going to get found out, taken care of, help from fire through mid. Chance here for Carolina to break.
Yeah, you have to go. You already found the initial 2, and now fire with the AR and exceed with the NPC. Leads to all 4 dead. It's not a moment where the Heretics need to panic, need to invest this Hellstorm potentially to try to break this. No, you can forfeit this and just try to dominate that mid-map presence.
RenKoR just hits a water out. That will get the back 10 seconds. Lurks is thinking about it, but the teamwork has not really showed up yet for Carolina. You need to take a breath. You need to get yourself set up and try to establish something as a 4-man squad. It looks like they'll do that here, trying to play the exits from 4 into the new time at 1. Lurks will get the opener. MettalZ held back and now going to be tested, but with the way he's shooting, he's going to take that shell all day long.
Yeah, Miami is just a different beast when they are playing ahead, man. Controlling the pacing of the game, allowing gunfights to come to them. And so far, the Ravens, they were able to keep up the slaying on Colossus, but this one is another map where it relies heavily on your communication. Nox sitting at 4-12, Lurk sitting at 6-10. You lose 2 key rotos to 2 money hills. You need to fix it on the second set.
You sure do. 30 seconds left on P1. MettalZ in the best position to potentially influence how the mini-map looks at the moment as he tries to make his way through open hall. Exceed once again, like you call that switchblade. He's trying to move quickly around the backside, but that's now a read from Miami that we can just play through well. We can play through top spiral. It's just Lurks, last one left. Exceed trying to make up the ground here as we rotate over towards 2. Lurks able to find one, and now he's got to finesse his life. Help on the way through well side.
Yeah, he's got to continue to fight, man. His hands are going to be full. He's dancing. He's stalling out time, but you could have taken this one-on-one gunfight because all of the rest of Miami are going to be playing tight in towards the HP. A long route being developed here from RenKoR, so you have to hit this with some pace because your teammate is yet to spawn on in, and that's not going to allow you to get the indication that they have flipped you out.
Yeah, Carolina will get in for the time for now. That nade doesn't get where it's intended to go for Exceed. He's able to get the regen, but yeah, it's a route for RenKoR that he spawns into and says, thank you very much. My teammates are in the hardpoint. They just need to stay alive, and it works out beautifully. Miami regrowing their lead.
Yeah, RenKoR continues to shine, man. On 4 in a row. Been a pale hot player for the Heretics.
Big.
But this is a big moment here for the Ravens through the front door, able to break in. And now you're forcing Miami to be in an uncomfortable spot. You're still pushed out towards the backside. Even with the spawns, you can still flood your way through the floodgates. This is going to be their final 15, but the spawns are still scattered as hell.
Yeah, and this is just ReeaL. He's trying to find an exit. He's going to get overwhelmed. So it's going to lead to a rotation win here for Miami by default, but because the P2's still open, oh my gosh, ReeaL is going to spawn, and then Exceed spawns behind him, but they never saw each other until they meet at mid-lobby. So now Miami will have the numbers. They're getting the shuts down from MettalZ. Even though you do get one more spawn for Carolina, Miami have the perfect read at it.
Yeah, and this is the game right here. If you do not get any time off with this P3, MettalZ has been able to keep that Hellstorm in the back pocket going into the next P4. You're up by 80 and it's still growing. This break is taking so long and a teammate isn't gonna help. That's 3 for 1. Final 30 seconds. All of the Ravens spawning out besides one player. And this game is just getting out of hand.
Yeah, it absolutely is. It's gonna be 182 to 81. Yikes. Not great news here for Carolina. Super still dancing on the top of the rock wall. Able to find the last bullet needed for Exceed, and if this scrap time goes the way of Miami, yeah, I mean, this game's just
GG.
Completely over. You still have a Hellstorm.
Yeah, you play to the very end of that final 10 seconds, guarantee it, and now even if you're going to lose the rotation, this is where you have to bail out Hellstorm to give you the best opportunity here.
Second one will be invested. Nox is able to find one on the time and slip away from the Hellstorm. So mitigating some of the losses there, but it still connects. Miami will still rotate in freely. 35 seconds to play here on the hard point. And Carolina are going to have to try to do this the old-fashioned way by hitting straight from the front. Good opener from Lurks, who's had a bit of a slower map. Nox could be said on the same wavelength, but okay, Carolina, good clean break.
Yeah, it's just hard to have a good map when you're losing every key rotation to all the money hills. The gunfights are just a lot more difficult on the side of the Ravens than it is for Miami. They're going to be able to breach over that 100-point mark, but it's still a tall ladder to climb because Miami, they can continue to just chap away. Final 3 seconds, I'll take it. All right, final 15, I'll take it. They only need 33 points.
All right, we know what we say here. Got to play perfect COD for Carolina, otherwise we're going to go to 5. Lurks gets one, not the second. Hardpoint still open for now at Fountain. As Carolina are still trying to work the hallways at the moment. Nice shots from Fire, who's starting to put together a second rotation. That's really nice. Nox follows behind that. Numbers for Carolina, who can finally get into the hardpoint.
Step one done. You dominate mid hallways. Right now, you're the team soaking up this time. You're cutting the deficit little by little. If you contain this ending of this 20 seconds over to a P2 rotation, that is the perfect moment for you, but this is why the leader's advantage is one hell of a thing. Yeah. You can play it super patient, you can hit extreme long routes, and if your frags are finding opening kills, that can lead to the final 15 seconds going your way. They keep on just chopping away this score. Now only need less than 30.
And MettalZ will even get a stun to land. Super trying to follow up on that kill, but MettalZ will beat him to it. And the rotation win is going to be here. Nox able to find a couple. ReeaL trying to find the trade, but will not be able to. RenKoR was the one who eventually gets the pick, and that's right as Miami's pulling up. So now 236 to 120, and this has to be it for Carolina. Got to find a way to break on in from the front. Here comes the hit. RenKoR gets the first two. Exceed is low. Nox able to give you another on this pinch route through Trophy, and that will be enough for Carolina to, well, I thought maybe get back in for one more contest, but it's not going to happen. Clean map for Miami.
That middle map and Fire, who loves to lurch like RenKoR. A similar play style, but all of that is out the window in this game. Number 5, who is going to get the better of them? It's going to be the Ravens on the early attacks, and Lurk's already swimming.
Yeah, he's going to get right into Tiki here. For free? Not for free. Oh, it's for free.
It's a good stun.
It's a great stun. Lands, but is that left? Is that right? Hard to say. Doesn't see the initial cross. Bomb was planted. And now it's just down to holding this post plant. Smoke is out. Lurks is looking for his timing, but Super is still the first one to drop. Meanwhile, backside Tiki. Nox not able to find the kill. Lurks should find this trade. Having a hard time, but eventually gets the tally, and numbers here for Carolina.
30 seconds left to go. RenKoR is able to win a one-on-one on the pinch. Now going to put himself in a position to try to regroup with this teammate, but MettalZ peaks. Lurks gets the better of him. Now RenKoR left in a 1v2. You know, both players are going to be on opposite sides of the map, and that...
Looking like they want to make a play heavy-handed over towards A. Super will be sniping. Car bomb works out. ReeaL was the first one to drop. Nades and stuns still all over Ring. And Super's going to have to assist this play because you just don't have ReeaL here anymore. RenKoR's in trouble. He gives up Zig. He does get away to keep his life, but that's a lot of map now given away.
And Ravens are going to forfeit this launcher control. We have a 4v3, no need to rush anything, but now everyone is rallying towards the backside. You get this bomb planted, we're going to bombard you with the pressure, and the only one that's watching it is a sniper pistol, so they're just going to send it.
Yeah. Launcher control in question. Nox able to find MettalZ on the exit from the bomb plant, and now he can work on this player on the flank. RenKoR able to get the clean shutdown. Super repositioning, puts himself into a spot to be a force here. In this post plant, but misses the first shot. Super's now in trouble. Here comes the follow-up from Carolina. They find RenKoR first, and then...
Down before they get an angle, because they're already in towards Art, and Lurks now has an understanding this is where the pressure's coming in, but Super with the first.
Yeah, Exceed thought maybe he could stretch that a touch. Not the case. Now Lurks is kind of trying to re-clear space, and he's going to recognize that Miami's no longer here, so now it's on to Nox. He's got a little bit of assistance. Able to see some info over the top. Good damage, but there's just too many Miami members here. Long re-wrap from Lurks. If you can get 2 from Fire, maybe there's an opportunity here because Lurks would just not be predicted on this space whatsoever.
This is more management now here for Logan. Lurks trying to clutch up here for his team. Put them up 3-0 in this search and destroy. Has info into both.
Here we go. How do you set yourself up to re-wrap this? Problem is he's also the one who has to plant. It's a really really tough setup here against Miami, and it's not going to work out this time. Yeah, that's just one of those rounds that I know, I get it. You're absolutely right. Like
rotations over towards both sides, but Miami now get trophies down and get into that A.
Carolina's hungry for information, though. You don't want to just be stuck at mid, and as they clear B, they'll recognize that it is an A plan.
ReeaL got stunned.
Yeah, he got stunned, so Nox is on the hunt. Exceed playing back over through mid. The driveway hit is where the rest of the retake will be coming from. Supers will hit the first on the fire. Nice shots out of RenKoR, pushes that driveway play back. But Nox has established pressure over through the backside at jungle. Here comes the follow-up over from the front, but RenKoR's got the perfect read, and he will find both. Miami ties up at 2.
They just take the space away, man.
Stun for Miami does reveal the play from the Ravens over towards Ring. That will call 2 defenders over to try to maybe even contest Laundry here, but Nox gives you the first. Lurks up and into Laundry. Is he going to try to play for the trade on the MettalZ? No, not quite. He's going to respect the play. Follow-up stun is going to come through. Shots over the top. Oh, they do find MettalZ. And that'll be enough for Carolina to hold numbers.
Yeah, they sort of rushed that bomb plant there because they didn't fully have Laundry control, but still have a numbers situation where they can walk away with. 3v2, Miami know that they have that bomb down on that A site. You just don't want to get isolated, but it's the team shots good enough to make it a 2v2.
ReeaL, tough battle here. Has to worry about 2 things at once. Super's going to keep him safe from Kitchen, and he will find the kill as Fire got the initial couple of shots in. But here goes Lurks again. There goes that man. Oh, I think he got some info, but it's mutual. Damage is out. Easy follow-up, and now 3. Is that 3 in a row for Miami?
Miami are starting to clutch up to a whole different level, my friend. That is a round that you cannot...
Look at the double stack for the Ravens here at Zig. As long as Super doesn't connect onto a snipe, Carolina will have an opportunity to, do that. Just bully something out. Nice shots from ReeaL. Not quite able to find a second, but RenKoR takes Succeed down over through Pool. That's the bomb collected, 3v2, and Miami are looking to possibly rewrap this thing through Kitchen before considering which site they want to hit.
And Fire's not going to be aware of this, or he's going to be prepared at least for the first gunfight. Reads the pressure and at least puts down a lot of damage. 20 seconds left. They got to get this planted.
I think Nox actually saw this rotation through basketball. He's going to make sure there's no double back. And then possibly, I was going to say maybe get behind the play, but he can actually just play to kill the planter and win the round there. But he doesn't see the footsteps initially. One player in Tiki, or actually outside of Tiki, it's ReeaL. Pistol battle, he's able to get the pull up faster, but there is a trade.
And Super would have loved to have the sniper in this round. So much damage, reading the play very efficiently to start off this round. But it's still going to be a 3v3. It's just Miami have so much space on the map. RenKoR is going to be uncontested. He needs to get himself involved with the team.
He needs to get here sooner rather than later. You got to be careful because you lose MettalZ, so the play over through mid is very dicey. Do they get to read that this is an A plant? Can RenKoR find the exit off the plant? Yeah, perfect shots. Now the 2v2. Retake on the way through Pillar's side. Post plant set up over through Laundry, though. Super's in trouble. Got both weapons, though, to play with. And RenKoR is going to try to slowly clear out the backside at Ring. Super looking for the info. He's got the perfect read, the perfect timing. Down to the 1v2 now for Fire. He is stuck and needs to check the bomb, but here comes the double peek, and Super's going to likely get the Hellstorm off the map, and you still dropped rounds. So they're going to go back to a 2-2 setup. Fire and Nox through mid. Exceeding Lurks over towards Laundry, because you have to play safe from the Hellstorm. And Super will call it in here. Nox will try to get forward to Art. Everyone else staying safe indoors. It is a wide open B site, and Fire is going to be very careful about how he exits here.
Yeah, Nox needs to choose wisely what angle he's going to take on this flank, because RenKoR has it all on lockdown. 40 seconds to go. A 4v4 retake opportunity to stay alive in eternity.
Oh, but RenKoR gets doubled up. Bedroom defenders have to watch this. You need to get some pressure onto Tiki, though, if you're Carolina. You cannot allow Miami to try to play retake. Exceeds able to find a second. ReeaL timing, able to find one. Does he turn to find the second? Not quite. And now it really hasn't been much of a dictator in that being a major advantage or not. 3-1 split here for Carolina's offense. Fire playing by himself at Art. Miami have already cleared Ring and re-wrap back through Spire, or pardon me, through Pillars. Carolina seem aware of this. Nice shots from Nox initially, but Super's able to connect onto Fire, trying to find that timing for the peak, and MettalZ takes care of Nox. 4v2, no bomb for Carolina to play off of here.
It's a fantastic show. This also from RenKoR. He knows that the play is going to be on this side with the repositioning, gets the better of Lurks. 1v4 for the tournament.
You just had to make a play. There's no other option right there if you're Lurks. But RenKoR too steady with the AR. There's the other shoulder. Here comes the peak. Tags are out, and that will do it. Miami with the reverse sweep, and I don't know what they talked about between map 2 and map 3, but it feels like this team said, we're not letting another major get away from us again. this early on in our home